It's been a while. Let's get one person in here. Or later. So, it's Clayton Crane. It's been a while. Haven't done much painting online. But it'll be all right. So, starting off, I'm going to work on some of this fire here. Got a little Naples yellow in there. I'm going to start getting some, just getting some colors down. Let's see. That's, I believe it. I just started using this one, transparent raw sienna. I don't think I've used that before. I just ordered a bunch of paint, trying out getting a bunch of color going on. Mixing colors. I tend to just stick with some blues, like ultramarine blue, cobalt, things like that. And lately I've been realizing I need to open that up. Like, I just got this magenta. It's pretty nice. Let's see. All right. I'm also listening to a movie right now, so I might forget that I'm on. Look at me. Look how little I put on there. Just so conservative. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this color, so I'm kind of throwing a few colors there. I just messed up all my paints recently. Moved them around. I don't know where everything is. So I'm doing this fire, and I'm not sure. Can you guys hear me? I don't see any. Hold on. All right. It's such a big brush. Start with a little brush, get in there, kind of, I want to get close, and then I'll work my way out. I'm coming kind of soft, though. See, I don't want to get in here. I'm just trying to avoid that for now. I want to work my way in there. So I'm probably going to go dark right in here. dark red in here. And just get this color everywhere. Put it on the skull. Kind of show you some progression here because I'm going to put a little orange. So this is going to be a cadmium. Receiving a bunch of paints later this week. Kind of getting rid of these cadmiums. Going to go for more cadmium free. Try not to accidentally poison myself. Just trying to get a feel for it. I need red. That's a crimson. Actually, so at first, you get in there and you go, wow, this looks just terrible. But you gotta build it up. You gotta be patient. I need to go heavy somewhere. Sheesh. That's like, I gotta just... Sorry, I have 2 little boys. That's how I talk. With sheeshes and goshes. Got some of this rolling underneath here. Some fire under there. It's been a while, so can you guys hear me? Is there any chatting out there to be able to see if we're communicating with one another? see. Hey guys, so let's see here. Can you hear me, Dag? Hey, let's see if you guys. Okay. Thought I was alone here. Jeez. All right. I have a lot going on here. I have Escape from New York playing in headphones. I have next to me airplaying this so that I can read your comments. I have headphones in my ear, so for the microphone. So I wasn't sure if all of that was coming to was getting messed up. All right, now a little more confident now. Really, really great for just being soft and creating fantastic shapes. My boys bought me for Christmas. I guess they bought a bunch of brushes for me. They bought this. They bought this brush because they thought that was hilarious, and they bought me, and then they bought me this brush because they thought that was hilarious. You know, they're just like the biggest brush, the smallest brush, and they went. That's what both my boys bought me were brushes, because I just sit down and paint while I watch movies all day. All right. So this filbert, this color is really nice. This is the cadmium orange. So it's really bright right now, but I'll get in there. I'll get in there and bring it in. Actually, yeah. I'll come in here with the orange and slowly make my way into the fire, get a feel for it, and then I'll darken into the. Other than starting really dark and then working my way in, I can work my way, and I can see where the fire is going first. All right, I don't want to go too far out there. So what I'll do sometimes is, like here I started with blue for his outfit. I tended to go the opposite way. If I'm going to go with a blue costume, I'll maybe put something red down. But this one is really blue, so I didn't want to mess around. I think when I'm doing something that's like dark, like his costume, I'll put some oranges in there. Not orange. I'll put some warmer tones behind it, and that way underneath, when I start putting that blue on top of it, it really. Actually, I'll show you. So I just finished this one today, and so in here you can see there's these kind of warm tones underneath, and right down here. So this is the color I started out with right here. And that way when I'm adding on these blues, that undertone, that warm undertone, I think it really helps round out um, the whole round out the shape. All right, I'm gonna kind of bounce around a little bit, move from one place. Gotta keep I want to paint that, but I gotta remember give him some space for some heat. Maybe I'll have that fire coming up the bike. I don't this is a commission, so I don't 100% know where I'm going with it. I have an idea. There's gonna be a lot of fire. Just want to get some color in here. As I'm working on it, use the color for this motorcycle. I want to for anything reflective, you want to get the colors of your surroundings in there. It's if you want to later dull it out, because maybe it's not fully reflective. Maybe it's more of a dark metal. But at least it's there. You don't have to conjure that color up again. So I want it to trail that way. So maybe, so I've got him, he's got kind of like a good, kind of a classic fire orange. With him, I've been kind of avoiding him because I think I want to go a little more yellow, a little more, I want to, maybe the tone of their fire can change up, can be the change also, so that it's not straight one tone of fire. So here I'm adding more of the Naples yellow and a little titanium to desaturate it. Maybe I should keep his fire, so his fire is going to be direct. Oh, it's going to have more of a motion that way. His fire. I don't know. Maybe I should go more of a streak, like on Road to Damnation. You had more. I painted Ghost Rider with more of a, smooth flame. Yeah, I'll do that. Or yellow. So try to try to remember where I'm going with that. Over here with him, get more of this magenta. I'll stay a distance away because I can always get darker. So I'll try it out over here. fragments in this paint. This is why I destroy my brushes. I think it's because I mix all my paint with my brush. I've got to buy these brushes by the dozen so I don't run out. So maybe I'll have the fire kind of ride up this kind of like spiked mohawk. We're getting into this mixing our reds. Let's see. Bring that over here. I think this is all going to be, I think I'm going to go really dark up here. I just didn't want to, I didn't want to put myself into a corner by filling it in yet. Keep it open. Yeah, they got a lot of, right now I'm working the flames into the white. And then later I try to pull the flames, put some flames down over areas. So it matters what you put down first. When I was working on this one, I got really into let's see, a lot of this, placing down some color and then coming in and throwing, this is like this titanium white, cobalt, and ivory black, I believe. And just lightly mix, kind of the cobalt, that it's all just to desaturate that cobalt and move it in the right tone. Anyway, I'll put that on there right here. I probably place it over here, and then I come back in with the dark and then start eating back into it. Kind of reverse painting. Getting better. I can get a lot better shapes afterwards. A lot sharper. Like you're saying, that courteous crackle. magenta there. I'll probably end up painting over it. It makes it so much nicer. Getting that background down though. I'll just have to redesign the character on top of it. I don't want to end up with I want to have a good overlap of my background, my foreground, over my background. So I think I'm just going to go black here. Really dark. But I want that, I'm going to go into that red and then start bringing that dark in, because then it'll be so much more easier to control other than trying to brighten it up or make that red pop when after I put. I'm just going to work, just be patient. Now that I'm further away from him, I'm going to do more crimson. This is all eventually going to be a waste of time sitting there and blending it in. Because then I'll just cover it up. If I don't get, maybe not so much a waste of time, because I'm kind of actually I'm feeling it out. So with the, I keep getting all these fragments, got dirty paint. So with the mixing of colors, like this magenta, it's kind of that saturation, mixing two saturated, like a orange and magenta. Oh, thanks, Ethan. I've been finding mixing two magentas, or two saturated colors has been really helping out finding the colors that I want. A lot easier to mix around, because I can't, well, first off, I can't get magenta with reds. Like I can't use like a medium red and a blue to get magenta. It's almost, it'd be impossible, so. Yeah, what show was that? I didn't go to too many shows last year. Get that Naples yellow, get in there, get closer. I think this one, like here I'm going to have it kind of red. It's going to be, that red's going to come out a lot more right around here, right on the edges of this painting. But as I get right here, I think I'm going to keep it dark. And that way, when I get closer to him, I'm going to tighten the reds up closer to him, especially he's a little smaller, so I can't keep I don't want his flames to extend too far from his, from their radius of the flame. That way it looks like it's at a distance. It's just a lot of red so far. too much. I need to make that go that way. Alright, I might have got a little crazy with that blue coming down right here, but try to fix it. Should have a little fire coming off his jacket. Alright. Yeah, I'll leave this up. This will be fine. Just watch what you want. The only purpose of having a live is, you know, if you want any questions, answer any questions, I can answer here, because I don't know if I'll be going back and answering too many YouTube comments. I might do this for a while too, so in and out, you come and go as you please. I mean, of course, you do whatever you want, but watch it later, fast forward through it. Kind of like this shape right here. Kind of like the idea that there's going to be a little bit of a flame. Just out of control. Alright. Let's do a little more fill in the background. Do I have any other fillers? Sorry. Listen to Escape from New York. Duke of New York. Alright. It's not the best layout here. Put my black over there. I know I want this to be black right here, so let's just get it down. Well, if it doesn't upload later on automatically, it saves to my phone, and then I'll just upload it, so it'll be there. This is not. This is a commission. This is for. I'm just finishing up all my commissions this week. Finally getting them all. Look at that. I filled that all black. See if I didn't. Fill where it's so soft. It's funny. Even this this brush here is old and crusty. I need to go buy a new one. Yet it's still pretty good. All right. So in this, this is only the first layer up here, but I want to get the motion going. So I'll still, I'm not just gonna, like I'm painting a wall, you know. I'm going to work it a little bit, as if those brush strokes will still be seen eventually. So you can do that. You take a little, I don't know how all of this is going to work, but you take this, kind of break it up. Take a sponge, kind of break it up, so those brush strokes. Character. Character. I like to draw. That's a hard one. What character do you like to draw? Like even the most enjoyable characters, like if I'm drawing like Spider-Man, he's just the worst. He's like, he's got so much little webs and stuff to him. But he's fun. He's fun to design. It's fun to look forward to drawing. The easiest character is probably Venom. But then again, it's difficult because you try to make him look a little more shiny. A little shiny. Try to make him look intimidating. If I painted a Batman. I haven't painted a laughing Batman, if that's what you're asking. It seems kind of kind of opposite his character. It's a bit brooding. Alright, let's get back into I need to work that in a little bit. This is why you have to work your way into the colors and not get, like I just got a little excited, wanted to get that black down. But also I need to see it. Sometimes I overwork the oranges and or the fire, and then I end up with all this fire. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I didn't. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the Batman metal with. Though those are my. Two. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the world as far as comic books. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to draw fire. I'm like trying to figure out how to paint, and like I was offered some characters to work on, and I need to figure more stuff out. I'm in learning mode. I think though, if I started a book, I would really probably do some YouTube videos and just talk to people, fans of the book, and see what they want, because people read. There's so much more to the character than I'm sometimes even aware of, and there's such history there. And I'm having to paint around this camera again. This camera is right where I'd be sitting. Yeah, I'll do breakdowns of my drawings beforehand, so I have an idea. I didn't know how far this flame was going to go. I knew it was going to be there. I didn't get too caught up into that. It still can change. Like I look at this one, I'm like, oh, that's a little too flat, but I can still round it out so that the flame kind of comes up and crests over and then spins back around. But I'm going to take a little more care when I get closer to that. So this fire, like, if after a while, so now filling it in, I got that background, it's dark, and now I can see it a lot easier than when it was white. I can see the layers of that crimson magenta mix, and I could very well get in here, get it darker, really focus this fire, tighten it up around them. But then you start seeing kind of shapes in there that you want to work with. I might even come in here. I don't know, maybe I can, I could probably come in here, darken it up right here. Some like little arms and hands poking out. And, or having them come down, or having things moving around in there. That might be a little too much, but you can start seeing it. can start seeing like something could be there. All right, let's move a little bit of this magenta. Let's see, rookies that want to. What would I tell somebody to do? I would tell somebody that was young just make it that's what you spend your time doing all the time, because it takes hours of and focus, because once you actually do get the job, you have to be able to just sit down for 8 hours, 10 hours, 16 hours and work. Because once you do get your first gig, reality really kicks in, and things that you may have not been ready for are there. Like, you can have the imagination and draw all day long until you put yourself in a position of somebody telling you what to draw, and then you set that alongside trying to please please is the right word, but appropriate word would be like to get what they need and give what you need at the same time, and what you're capable of. Like, your very first gig is a drawing, is illustrating something you've never drawn before. Like, as far as like my very first gig was drawing. I think this is back when they only had Nazis and KKK members and as the bad guy for everything. And I had to draw that. I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in Nazis, and I'm not interested in KKK. And then you just have to put yourself in that position of making it look good. And imagine that it's what you wanted to do. To some degree. You gotta trick yourself. I guess the advice after that long vomit was you just need to be ready to draw it 16 hours a day, anything that happens to come up. I want to get rid of all this. Yeah, I was just looking at Alex Ross yesterday, and being that I've been doing more acrylic painting every day, I just I think I took that guy for granted. It's just amazing. Just the effort. And the first time I saw his work was it Now Comics, when he was doing that Terminator stuff? And I was picking up, the time I was picking up Fright Night, and Now Comics was also doing Terminator, and he did like, I think his was, anyway, yeah. It's pretty good stuff, what he put out. And he was doing interiors painted. It's crazy. forget what I'm doing here. Sometimes I get in there and I go, oh, I'm filling. Then I forget what I'm doing, and then I kill some things that I was working on. It's leaving space. Yeah, the point of these YouTubes for me is to relax. I don't worry about how it looks, because it looked pretty cartoony at first, but I just trying to learn to set my pride aside. Just have, and I watch YouTube videos, live videos of all sorts of things live videos throughout the day, and I'm like, I need to do these too because I appreciate people doing these, so I need to do these. Add to the collection of ideas and thoughts. See, I want to keep that, but man, it just doesn't work there. I like it. And they're like, just got to destroy it. Yeah, I've got it. I'm trying to set it up so the house. I move my stuff so that I swap my stuff over so I can have the quiet place for the painting. We could do more. I can do more videos. My wife's home all day, and or not home all day, but she's she's got things to do, and my kids come running in the house, and I need to. Not everybody wants to hear that. You don't want to hear the washing machine going. And so yeah, I'm gonna probably take more commissions here soon, and we'll do. I think I'm gonna keep it to commissions. I have a cosmic ghostwriter I'm working on. I haven't designed it yet, but they gave me the okay to do a live stream on that one. So in the next months, so I'll do that. All right. Yeah, it's filling out a lot nicer. So this bottom down here, I don't want to get too much. I want to get some blue, get some, I'll do that now. Show you where I'm going with that. So we're going to use cobalt blue. And that'll change up. So we'll have this warm, it'll be warm. All this fire, white. Down here, we'll make it cool. Now it just has a nice like contrast. I remember what this is. This is part of his handlebar. So the idea of this commission was to make it look kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly. The three characters kind of in a standoff. But I like I could have drawn him smaller. Him, made everybody a little smaller, about the same size. But I like this kind of force. It's like right up on there. I don't know about that blue. Let's see. I'm not sure about this blue either, but we'll get it in there, see what it looks like. If not, we'll just cover it up. So if I put this down like this, I can have, like this will be the blue flames being that kind of messed up, kind of, I didn't go where I wanted it to go. So I'll put this down, and I can, similar to this, I can bring my, I can take the shapes out of it. It'll actually look, I think it'll look pretty, it'll look fine. Got these little fragments of red in there. That was a mistake, but it looks fine. It's the ground. It can take a bit of abuse. Like all this, I can have fragments of paint in there, you know, scrape it, and the more I abuse that paper, it'll be better off. It'll look more. But then when you're drawing somebody, like you're doing their face, like you're drawing some woman, trying to make it nice and clean, say. Him right here? Yeah, I don't. Vent Spirit of. Let me look it up real quick. I had it. There's a lot of ghostwriters. Let's see here. Let's see. So, let's see. No, I'm kind of off. So, yeah, this commission. So here we go. Just to point it out. This is, I believe, Danny Ketch, writer, the one came out in the 90s, like 91 or something like that. Johnny Blaze. And this here is Michael Badilino's Vengeance. He's like, he's a very spiky, magenta-esque kind of guy. Badilinos. Alright, let's see here. Got a little color in there. I think I'll get out my shader for a while. I get the worst place for this, right next to my yellow. Alright, this brush is dead. Well, once I started doing the acrylic paints, I felt like I took about 3 or 4 steps back. It was not, you know. But I think since I started doing that, I've taken a few, I think I've learned quite a bit about color, about control, about, because with digital painting, there's a lot more of expedience going on, a lot of room for, you have a lot of room for making mistakes. And the acrylic painting isn't very kind sometimes. So you make a mistake, there's no undo. There's a lot of just redo. I don't know why I'm mixing this. Just add it there. I've had paintings where the head, I realized later, oh, that head is too small. There's almost, you need to redraw that. It's like, just cover it, start painting on top of it again. You gotta be ready when you start painting. I'll actually do a little pre-paint, not full-on painting, but full pre-paint, digital paint, just to get an idea of everything first. Kind of going with that old school. Like I've seen Norman Rockwell, he did some paintings, and he did the whole thing first, black and white, and then redid it in color, and actually painted it. That's pretty amazing. That's some commitment. All right. It's not going to be that blue. I put it down. It's something to work with. It's something to cover up that white so I can focus. Got a lot of... All right. Let's see. Let's tighten up a few things. We got some fire out there. Actually, let me focus that. Let me tighten that up. Let's... So if I leave that open for fire right there, that means he's just kind of standing still. Or that could mean he's standing still. But if I come in real tight, it might look like he's moving a little more, like he's turning his head. Like the flames are kind of pushing back, or being streaming back. Or at least haven't made their way yet. Because I was thinking over here, I want to tighten that up right there, and then I'll just a little less every time. I don't want it to be the same amount. I want it to kind of change a little bit. That's kind of ruining it up here because it's going up. That'd go right. Won't get rid of it yet. We'll make up our mind later. So, I'm not sure if I want that, but I'm not going to get rid of it either. I could still... I'll see how the rest goes. Don't have to make every decision yet. If I was doing an actual page, this is where doing the commissions really helps. Doing an actual page, I try to focus on getting everything correct at the beginning. Like the fire, I would have more of a closer idea of where it was going. I'd probably have not even gone this dark at the beginning. And but this tends to be a little more, has a little more life, I think, a little more happenstance. Has a little room for having, being a little more interesting. I tend to get a little too focused or when I'm doing the covers. All right, now I'm looking for shapes. I got this shape right here. No, it's too watery, jeez. It's a watercolor paper, I can take it. I don't even want to touch that over there. Maybe if I go a little lighter. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do a little viscose writer here. A little bit of blue. Get a little blue in there, just kind of, without going red, without adding black yet. I want to just mute it down with another color. I want to kind of go with the direction of the flames. I know the flames start here, but a little more blue. Kind of desaturates it, but it keeps color to it without mixing colors to desaturate, not using black. I still want it to have some life. I'm going different tones with him. I'm using magentas on him. All right, I didn't clean my brush. I'm still going to mix it around here. I'm not going to clean because sometimes it's nice to get it a little dirty. Remember what I'm painting here. Just start spreading that color everywhere. I'm not going to be too particular on the paint here because I'm going to come in later. I mean, most of this is going to get covered up. I need to still retain my shapes. But I'll end up going over it again. More blue. See, I've gone too green, a little more blue, a little more red. Too much red. It's fine, I need a lot of paint anyway. Keep trying. You can find your colors by mixing them too. It's fine. Just makes it harder to find them later, so you better hopefully you got enough. Was that an actual sentence? It makes it a little more difficult to find it later, so hopefully you have enough. If you do a little sporadic mix. I just need to get that filled in, otherwise it feels like I'll never work on that piece. So, there's a line between patience and sometimes never getting around to it. You have to, I have patience that a lot of my highlights I won't even touch until right at the last moment. Like little spots of white, a little bit of light shine on his clothes. Do that the last thing. Some water. All right. I think I'm gonna go back in now. Kind of done a nice little little bit of everything here. So I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna start again. Starting with some light, some yellows, some oranges. Build my way into the oranges a little bit. Then I'll go back in. I'll take my darks and bring my darks back, and just keep back and forth. Yeah, I think as far as the highlights on his face, I need to keep going darker and darker. There might be a few parts, like right here, I'll hold on to that. Hold on to all this. It's going to be hard to bring this back. But there'll be highlights are like tight highlights. Like if right here on this bike, if I want to have just a little bit of a highlight coming right through here, and that'll just show that the bike shifted its planes. Like you have a plane here, but there's no direct light to shine back at you. Here. But right when that plane shifts, crests over and turns, so it goes up, shifts, and then goes this way, right there. Right along there, somewhere, that light hits that perfect angle and comes at you. And so you can get that, just a little bit of highlight right there. Just like right here. Get a little highlight right there. And another thing I've been doing is rim lighting. I haven't done much of that. I've been doing that a lot more since I've been painting. I'll tell you, after painting most digital painting, 8 to 12 hours. Working on the acrylic paintings, it can take 12 to 36 hours. And I never liked that idea before, but lately I've been enjoying the idea of spending some time and working out a shape. I don't mind sitting down and working on something for 3 days, but It's not too bad. All right, putting down some more paint again. I'm going to put a little buff titanium inside it. That's what it's called. I don't. It's kind of let me see what that does. But I'm going to do it over. I'm going to do it over here in the corner. I need to see it in relationship to the rest of the colors. All right. And what's that? Okay, I just got this yellow deep. I have to make sure I put light on there too. Is it the same color? I have no good. Let's see. No, there it is. Put down the same color twice. Here we go. All right, that was a fun video. 5 minutes of staring at it, me putting down paint. All right. More paint. All right. So I'm going to work my way this way. It's too yellow. So I'm going to do this on the ground. Say, it's not a bright yellow, but it's on the ground, so it's not going to be standing out. It's not going to be so bright. It's a little too much. So I'm going to be finished here in about, I don't know, let's see, 20 minutes or so. So I'll try to get as much of this down. I'll probably work on it for another hour or so after that. And I'll come back and work on some of the more of the tight spots. there's a beam that goes right through there, so I'll I can always darken it up though. Maybe I'll go red here where I think that the I'm not sure what it's called, like a brace, spoke, rear spoke. It's not the right color, but so much fire in this one. It's everywhere. So much I forget what I'm doing. Forget about wheels. Forget about, like there's a wheel back here. I'm just gonna start filling in. It's not gonna look pretty, but we'll make it look pretty later. See if this changes light. It's really blue. Doesn't matter, the phone just changes it, fixes it. here I'm going to go a little more, oh, a little lighter. I don't know if you can really tell in there, but this is crazy. It's like it has no shape. Let's see. Let's see. So it's really orange, but I think I'm gonna go in there now and I'll break that up a little bit so it's not just. See, I really like over here. I like how that just stays real stark, but not everywhere. Doesn't seem to frame him very well. Let's see. Just need a little crimson. But it can't just be crimson, it has to be this orange too. And so it's like rolling a little bit both ways. So here, put a little red in here because imagine that heat is wrapping around his leg. That way, it kind of fits in there nicer. Puts him in with the picture. Other than just stark, he's right there. Usually in a digital format, I would just later come in and lighten it up, but you gotta think ahead. actually going to mix this into the character. It's just going to make it a lot easier. I don't have to do it later. And it'll make him one with the background, a little more convincing if I do it now. This whole like touching the picture, it's like a bad habit. I'm trying to break it. I want to do that again. So at first I used it to break down the paint that I put down. And now I have to start being kinder with my brush. Like I just want to do it. And I just realized it. I need to be a little more subtle. Because what it does is it takes it and it just almost obliterates any brush stroke. It can work here and there, but I do it way too often. I went to the Art Institute of Seattle in '93. That was math 23. 20 some years ago. And the only computer pro classes they had were spreadsheets at the art school. That's all they had. At least that's all it wasn't until a few years later they started doing digital graphics. We were cutting, I was in that sweet spot of cut and paste. We were cutting paper out and doing mock-ups that were on paper, and there's a lot of hand work, just a lot of it by hand. Second quarter came around, and that was, there's a lot to be learned. I mean, I don't want to you have teachers there that teach you about that. I got me into lettering. I liked lettering. I think I mostly liked how much respect the teachers had for lettering and for typography, and I enjoyed seeing that side of others angles of the art world as far as graphic design. But it wasn't until I had an art teacher, Henry Stinson, I had him as a life drawing art teacher, and it was the first time I saw somebody highly competent draw, and it just blew my mind. Like, I was like, this is amazing. Like, you're just creating fantastic shapes with that chalk on the chalkboard. It was pretty exciting to see. And after that, I left art school and realized I needed to just draw all day long. I also went to, later found him in 2000, around 2005, when I was working on Ghost Rider Road to Damnation. I was working on, actually, the very first issue. I was probably on my 8th page or so of Road to Damnation. and I found that he had a oil painting class up in Mount Vernon in Washington State, and I learned so much there about color, and just 8 hours a day for a whole week talking about color. My drive home was in a color trance. I was breaking down colors on the road with the sky compared to just get in the mode, get to the zone. So art school, I don't know. I'm of the mind if you got to know what they can offer you, and it has to be a financial decision determined on what they can give you, and what are you going to get out of it? Can you get what you want without it? First off, and if you can't, well then maybe you need to go to art school. But if you think you can do it on your own, I mean, you just need a quiet place to work. All right, well, it looks like my boys are home. I'm going to work on this for a couple more hours. Probably an hour. I'll come back later on tonight. If you come check it out, that'd be great, but it'll be here for you tomorrow. All right? Thanks for checking it out. This is Clayton Crane, and we'll do more of this throughout the months ahead.